All right, and we are recording.
Awesome. Welcome, everybody. Have a great Friday. Welcome, everybody, to Friday's session. It is now 5:35 p.m. Eastern Time, 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. My name is Gold Consultant Courtney Palladino out of Providence, Rhode Island, and we've got our co-host Molly Foster out of Las Vegas. And today, we're going to be talking about 15 ways to market your business. Okay, 15 ways to market your business. So we'll be asking some questions and giving you a lot of good information. And as you guys know, for the ones of you who have been to our session, we like to do things in steps. Steps are so much easier, aren't they? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, you usually start 5 minutes in, so let's go ahead and get started. So hope you guys have some pen and paper. We're going to give you a lot of notes. And we're going to show you a lot of great information, okay? Put in the chat box ready so we know that we are ready to get started. Okay, so as our number one thing on your list is going to be, one, I want you to create a warm welcome letter, and so you can send it to people so they know that you're a travel agent. We know that people online know, but what about all the other people who are not on social media? How do they know that you're a travel agent, right? Go ahead and just send them, go get yourself a little box of cards, right? Dollar store cards, and just write in there just a friendly, hello, who are you? Hope you're having, hope you're staying healthy and well during this time in COVID, okay? And just send them a little note. Takes a couple things. Or you can totally do it an e-card online. You have everyone's email, do an e-card online, okay? Put in chat box letter. Do you understand that? Number one, it's kind of noisy here. So that was my number one. Create a warm welcome letter telling people about your business. Okay, we like warm welcome letters. Okay, number two on your list is going to be very simple. Change your voicemail. Molly, can you do me a favor? Actually, in the chat box, can you just put one? Create a welcome letter, so then
yes, got it.
Yeah, I think that'd be easy. Number two is changing your voicemail. Okay, you definitely want to change your voicemail because people are going to call you and just say, hey, leave a message. Well, you want to have a professional voicemail. Hi, my name is Courtney Palladino. I'm your neighborhood travel agent. If you're looking for assistance for a trip, please contact me at these times, whatever it is that you want to put, okay? Just very simple, changing your voicemail message, okay? Does everyone is that one good for everybody? Number two, okay? I want to make sure everyone's writing it down. I don't want to get ahead of everybody. Is everyone A-okay? Thumbs up somewhere?
Yes, all good. And Amelia, we are recording, so don't worry.
Okay, number three. I want you guys to think about this, okay? You don't have to do this, but number three, order clothes, maybe a t-shirt of some sort with your name or your logo on it, because people look at that stuff. People are looking, they know who you are, they're looking and seeing what kind of fashion that you're wearing, okay? But definitely have something with your logo on it. You can even do it for marketing purposes, okay? Marketing purposes, because here's a shirt that I have that this is probably a 3-year-old shirt, but hopefully you can see this. But what does it say? It says, I get paid to travel, ask me how. Simple, very simple. Okay, clothing with your logo, or you can do it for team building. So for instance, I run half marathons around the country. Guess what? I have a t-shirt, I have a tank top with my logo name on it. I can't find it. But it has my logo name on it on the back, so when runners come, they're running behind me, they're gonna see that's got my name, it's got my phone number, because most people who are running, they carry their phone around with them to listen to the music, so they can probably find me online, right? It's got my information on there, okay? I got my information on there. So that was number three, clothing, okay? Number four, Molly's gonna go ahead and take over and do your step and do number four.
All right, so I got through 3 in the chats, Courtney, if you want to just type along with me as I go. So number 4 is actually going to be business cards, and what I want to do is I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you the criteria of what the business card should look like, if this will go here. Not that. Okay, and then we're also going to talk about where you can put your business cards. So I feel like a lot of trainings, if you're on the New Age and orientation, sometimes you need to hear this information again. So we definitely recommend getting business cards done. It doesn't have to be expensive, okay? Here in Vegas, I think I spent $28 for 1,000 cards, so it's not that expensive at all. We don't recommend that you order them here on the Evolution site. I'm just showing you this as an example. So there are a couple of things that you have to have. And let me see if I can zoom my screen in so you guys can see. So you have to have the Archer logo at the bottom. You can use either the square or the triangle. And if you don't know what those logos look like, you can literally just Google Archer Travel logo. And you can pull this one or you can pull this one. It doesn't matter which one you use. Those just have to be on your business card. And then you'll also want to have, let me zoom in again on the screen so you can see it, the CST and the FL numbers for Archer, and they're right here. Okay, it's 2001330-10. And then the FL number is 35395. You don't have to write this down right now. I'm going to show you exactly where it is in your back office, but I just wanted to show you that there are a few items that you do have to have. You can do your card up and down. You can do your card sideways. It doesn't matter. You do not have to have the Evolution logo on there, just so you know. When I did my first set of business cards, I actually thought you did. And now when I do my second batch, because I've been in for over a year, I'm not going to include Evolution. We prefer if we see you actually branding your own name. So if you're looking for what you need to put on the card, if you log into your dashboard of your main back office and you click Evolution Merchandise, it'll be right there under business cards, and you can see the prices and you can see everything. I think Courtney would agree with me. These are a bit overpriced, so we don't really recommend purchasing them here, but this just gives you an idea of exactly what you need to have. So it tells you right here, Florida number, California number. They even charge extra for shipping. If you use something like Vistaprint or your local print shop or 4over4.com, you may be able to find a lot better deals. Now, when it comes to business cards, again, this is number 4, drop them off at doctor's offices, drop them off at dentist's office. I go to brunch every weekend, Saturday or Sunday, and my local shops here, I'll go ahead and I'll put a stack of business cards in my purse before I leave the house. I have a little counter on my condo ledge, and I just grab them as I go out the door on the weekends. And when I go to pay at the register of whatever brunch place I'm going to, they usually have a stack for local businesses, and I'll put my businesses there. If you get your hair done, if you get your nails done, you can always ask them to promote your business as well and just drop off some business cards. Like I said, you're going to get about 1,000 cards, so you can go through those as quickly or not as quickly as you want. If you take an Uber, if you take a Lyft, if you're going anywhere, doing anything, always just drop a card, give it to somebody. You don't really even have to say much, but just, hey, I'm your local travel agent. Here's my card. If you ever need anything, I'll get you some great specials. But I just wanted to touch on, again, exactly what you needed in terms of what is required by Archer for those business cards. Okay, and then I think I have number 5, which is, Courtney, if you can type this in the chat box, create a clear signature line in your email, and I will show you guys what my email looks like. Yes, Sarah, you can order business cards whenever you need to, no problem. She's just putting the business card requirements in the chat box for you. So here's what my email signature looks like, okay? So I've gone through a couple of different brandings with my organization, but I did buy a domain name, which is evacation.com. So I took the logo that I used for that I created, and then I put it here in a signature line. So every time that I send out an email on my business line, which is through Microsoft Office 365, I have my name. I'm the co-owner because I obviously work this with my boyfriend, so his says co-owner too. I have my personal cell phone. I just put my city, state, and zip. I didn't put my home address. And then it looks very professional. I even have a link to my website. So if you wanted to go to that, you can always contact me from there. I get a lot of business and referrals from that too. So it's just really important that you do have some kind of clear signature line. So you're not having to type and retype your name and all this information. You can just copy and paste it, set it on your signature line, and it's good to go when you're sending out emails. Courtney, did you have another example that you wanted to share with that, or are we good with just the one example?
No, I mean, it's pretty clear.
Okay.
What you have.
Yeah, so whatever Like I know Ernestine has a great logo and design too, so she could do the exact same thing. Just pull that from her Facebook business page, pop it in here with her contact information, and you're good to go. And that was number 5. So number 6 is going to be car wraps. I'm going to show you a quick example of sandals first. So for those of you who have been in the company at least 6 months, you can send a supplier request form and get access to this travel agent portal. It's just this, it's called taportal.sandals.com. If you haven't been in the business for 6 months, you only have the ability to book sandals through Pleasant Holidays, but they do a great job in terms of bookings. But in terms of all the perks that they have, like the car wraps and things, you actually have to have access to this. So when you're on the portal, if you happen to have access to it, I looked into the program. There's a brand manager in your area, and you can even get the forms from them as well. But what happens is they'll actually wrap your car for free. There's a few different criterias, like your car has to be at least 5 years or newer. You do have to be active with sandals. So when they do their virtual, I think they're going to do a virtual this time, this specialty, make sure that you attend it. And then it's free, which is really, really nice. So if you have questions about how that works, on the website itself, there's 2 different forms that you can look at. One of them is just the car wrapping form where you fill out your info, your vehicle make and model, and then this goes straight to the rep. And then the other one, you actually get to pick what you want your car wrap to be and where you want it to go on your car and how big you want it depending on your vehicle. So there's a lot to choose from. There's couples, there's just some scenic things like scuba diving, some generic things. So you actually get to choose what you want to put. If you want lifestyle, if you want wedding, whatever it may be, they actually let you choose that. Now we do have, I know Sushiel does this, and a couple of other agents I've seen, they have car wraps. So what it is, it's like a magnet. It's a big magnet instead of an actual wrap. And they put their name, maybe Courtney's would say World Explorer, right? And then they have their phone number, their email, their website, whatever it may be. And as you're driving, you're stopped at a red light, you're at the grocery store, you're going out to dinner, maybe you're parked at the gym. I see, realtors do this a lot. They can actually contact you, text you, leave you a voicemail, maybe while you're at the gym working out, and then you can get back to them and see what travel needs that they have. So car wraps and putting things on your vehicle so you have maximum exposure when you're driving around town, even if you're just doing some quick errands or dropping your kids off for sports or whatever, you're always being visible. If you have something unique on your car, it will definitely stand out for the general public, and it's a great way to get clients. Okay, number 7. I'll start with this one, and then Courtney, if you want to jump in, feel free to do so. One of the things that we want to talk about next, this is number 7, it's actually joining a network group. Courtney has really good ideas. So Rotary clubs, Chamber of Commerce, wine clubs, hiking clubs, whatever it may be, right? So one of the examples of something that I did, I started it in December, was I joined Toastmasters, which is a public speaking club because I wanted to get better at presenting for Rising Tide. I wanted to get better at recruiting. I wanted to get better at training my team. So I actually got a ton of business. And all I did was say, hey, I'm Molly, flight attendant, travel agent. If you guys need something, let me know. And as they got to know me in my group, because I was there for public speaking, they actually started to come to me, and I got a lot of business. Now, unfortunately, the international conference that I was booking everybody for in Paris got rescheduled for next year, but I know they'll come back to me to get things rescheduled for that conference that we have next year. So by accident, if you're just plugging in and bettering yourself and doing some sort of self-development, I do feel like it's a great way to make a relationship with somebody and so that they feel confident to ask you to book their travel. Courtney, did you want to add anything on the networking groups?
Sure. So when you guys are doing those, and those are amazing ideas, also think about what kind of hobbies are you doing, right? You guys have hobbies. We know you like to travel, right? But you have hobbies of things that you're interested in. Join those groups, okay? Because you know what? You can be going to, like Molly did, Toastmasters, and just say, hey, I'm a travel agent. She wasn't promoting herself or telling anybody to book. She just happened to, that's what she wanted to do, and people just happened to gravitate towards her. Same thing with me. I am a runner, so I have running groups. So guess what? They know I'm a travel agent, so they just come to me to book. Okay.
I think that completes number 7. If you want to go on to number 8, Courtney, and I'll man the chat box.
Sure. And so number 8, I know Molly touched on this a little bit, but taking all your business cards, okay, your business cards, let me just grab this, okay, going and walking. Now that, some things are opening up right now, okay, some things are opening up. Now is the great time to take a friend or yourself, okay, or take your dog for a walk or your kids and start handing out flyers, brochures, business cards to local doctor's offices, salons, any of your, any of these open shops, and just take your business card, take your brochures, if you have brochures, okay, and start handing them out. Take all your Disney magazines that you have, staple your business card to it, and just tell them, hey, can I leave my magazines here in your doctor's offices? They're so nice. They'll definitely let you do it. Okay, so definitely go walk around and go putting all of that stuff and start. You want to be the first one in those shops. Okay, you're the first travel agent. They're only going to have one travel agent there. Okay, so you want to definitely do that. So that was number 8. Okay. On to step number 9, which is marketing on Facebook. I know we have touched base on this multiple times, and I will do it again, but on Facebook marketing, 95% of my clients come from social media. Okay, they come from social media. So on Facebook, on social media, and let me see if I can screen share, Molly. Okay, and I'll go on my Facebook page and excuse the chats here. Computer may be a little slow, so I'll definitely have to kind of walk you through this. Okay, but when you're doing on Facebook marketing, you definitely want to do what we call a 4-to-1 ratio. 4, whether it's every day or weekly, non-related travel posts. Nothing to do with travel, okay? You don't want to spam your whole page with travel, because then they're going to be like, I'm out, okay? I don't want to see this anymore, okay? So let me go find some. Check going on. Okay, so non-related travel stuff, okay, on your page. If you go and scroll on your page, what do you see? Is it all just travel? Okay, because you want more eyeballs on your page, okay? So let's see, non-related stuff, obviously, quizzes, any kind of, quotes out there. Here's a good one, because you want eyeballs, right? What temperature, and some of you are probably seeing this on my page, what temperature do you set this thermostat at during the summertime? It's a question. People like fun. People like silly. People like questions, right? I don't have an AC in my house. Obviously, I like the heat. So people commented. 64 people commented on this one simple question. But most of these people, when I look at this list, I don't know them. Okay, I don't know. Okay, I know, but most of them I don't know. That means these people who I don't know are going to continuously, they're going to look on my page and what else does Courtney have? Okay, what else is going on? Okay, who is she? Because they're going to look at your page and look at, like, who is this person? Okay, so you want 4 non-related posts. Okay, so people want to see what you're doing. Okay, then you want 2 sprinkles. We call a sprinkle post. Okay, not a full-on sale of mock booking, not a full-on join my team, just a hint about what you're doing. Okay, so for example, a complimentary vacation voucher, 300 destinations. Who wants one, right? Looks like apparently somebody shared it. Okay, but you want just sprinkles of just mentioning what you do. Okay, just mentioning what you do. Okay, then you want 1 hard sale. You want a hard sale, whether it's a mock booking or you're on the team building side. Okay, so you want 1 hard sale. Does that make sense, everybody? Like, here's a non-related. How do you like your marshmallows? Right, 45 comments. I hate marshmallows, but 45 people commented on it. That means people are looking at my page. They're going to continuously look at this, okay? So,
Jacqueline had one question. I need help designing a logo if there's anyone here. Who should I get in touch with that can do it?
I have somebody on my particular team that does logos that she did mine. So if no one's on the line, I can probably connect you with her.
I would also say, Courtney put it in the chat box. If you scroll up, Fiverr is really good.
Yeah, I put
Not
Fiverr.
everything is $5, but it's really good.
Yeah, I had my first logo done on Fiverr for less than, $20. She did a very good job. I just wanted a new update on mine. It's been 3-4 years, so I just wanted something new. But as far as your 4:1 ratio, everyone's good on the 4:1 ratio? We understand that one?
All good in the chat box.
Okay. So, because everyone's going to really see who you are. They obviously see, I'm a cake baker. I like baking. I did it for a couple of years in Atlanta. So I bake cakes. I run. People look at your stuff and say, who is this person? She's going to book my trip, right? I'm giving her my card. I want to know who she is, right? Makes sense. So that was your number 9, marketing on Facebook. Okay. So it's going to be the same thing on your Instagram, and start using hashtags. Okay. Hashtags. I'm really bad about remembering to do that. Okay. Number 10, okay, is contests, okay? You guys have access to a 3-day, 2-night vacation voucher. You can start doing a contest for your business page, okay? And let me pull up an example of one that I made. Okay, see if this opens up. Okay, here's one. So I made this online. Win a 3-day, 2-night hotel stay. Taxes and fees will apply. Okay, Put whatever you wanted. I just did something very simple and quick. Okay, but when you have this, you can put this on your business page, and for every like, get a ticket. For every 10 friends you invite to your business page, get a ticket. If you share this, get a ticket. So those are the 3 things you need to do on your business page, so the person can get tickets. Okay, so the more tickets, the more chances of winning. Does that make sense?
Yep, no questions in the chat box.
Okay, awesome. Okay.
Oh wait, we do have one. Davon, how do we get vouchers to use for this? And Dime has the same question.
Right, that voucher, please ask your sponsor about the 3-day, 2-night voucher. Okay, I would ask them about the 3-day, 2-night voucher. If you've been in for a while, you should know about the vouchers, but if you're new, I would ask your sponsor about the 3-day, 2-night voucher. You will be receiving one if you're new. Okay, that comes in 2 weeks. So, but I would ask them about that. So the next one I have is Molly. So Molly's going to cover the next one on Facebook stories. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing here.
So I don't have an example to show you on mine personally because I haven't posted yet today, but this question came up in the Q&A today, and I thought it was a very valid question. They asked me, where do I mostly get my clients? Like if I had to analyze everything that I do. And I actually sat back for a moment and said, you know what? I get my business from my stories, either my Instagram stories or my Facebook stories. Now, of course, like I said, I haven't posted anything today just yet, but I have gotten a lot of really high-end business from this. What I typically do is I showcase lifestyle. Like if I'm in an airport lounge with my Amex card, or if I'm on a flight delay and I'm not in my flight attendant uniform, or if I'm on a cruise or just doing something in transit where not really much is going on my end, I'm always like, hey guys, working on a great cruise for my clients. Does anybody else need help with the booking? And I actually get a lot of people and a lot of my coworkers and a lot of my friends send me business because they watch my stories when I'm posting. If you go out to the national parks, this is actually a contest, and I could piggyback off what Courtney said. I've been thinking about doing a contest for if somebody buys a national park pass or they get a rental car or a hotel from me, I'll give them a $20 gift card to go towards paying for their national Park Pass for the year, because I really want to promote exercise. I want to promote healthy living, and I have a lot of millennial clients. So, you know, you can really come up with all kind of incentives and contests and vouchers and things. And I think that people don't utilize the stories to sell travel. I see people selling lipstick and lotions and potions and things like that because they're getting trained on it. But I feel like that's a very underutilized service on social media when it comes to getting clients. So what I do is I actually post everything on Instagram, and then it shares straight to my stories here. And it's really cool because I actually get to go on 2 platforms, but I've only done one work. You can use the same story on Snapchat if you wish to. You can use the same information on your Twitter if you do Twitter. You could focus and target businesses on LinkedIn. So I really like the idea of using the stories. May it be Facebook stories or Instagram stories or Snapchat stories, even dancing on TikTok with your business card or something. I think these are really good ideas for drumming up new clients. Okay, and then number 12, is this number 12, Courtney?
Facebook, yes, 12.
Okay, so Facebook Live. So we actually have a lot of agents. Do you happen to have one of their Facebooks handy, Courtney, or should I just chat about it?
I don't have one handy.
Okay. So you have the option to go live on Facebook or Instagram. And what I see a lot of agents doing, if I had this on my phone, I could show you better, is when they go on a fam trip, when they go on a ship inspection, like Nikki and Charles went on a ghost tour with Denise and Sushil, Eileen, and a bunch of people, they kind of live the whole thing and then chopped it up and made it into a YouTube video. When you go on a hotel inspection, when you go on whatever it is that you're doing, do it live. So here in Vegas, we used to go on a lot of hotel inspections. We would go to Tuscany Suites. We would go to Cancun resorts. I think we went to a bunch of different like timeshares, but they actually sold them on our Evo Rewards last year. So people were going and filming the whole thing. Hey, here's the presidential suite. Look at this awesome hot tub outside facing the strip. Or, hey, you know what, this is the foyer. It looks like you get a whole kitchen. Look, everything's in the kitchen that you need. Here's your balcony. Here's your sheets. Oh my gosh, the bed's so comfortable. So I think that number 11 is Facebook Live, and using Instagram Live as well. If you start to pay attention to the vendors and what they offer, and they're going to start to reschedule soon these fam trips and events and hotel inspections, go live on your feed. Don't be afraid to keep your camera up. Maybe have a selfie stick so you can hold it out as much as you need to, but make sure that you capture all of those. It's free marketing, and it's super, super, super fun. And I do see some questions here. If you buy a gift card and you're going to give it out to your clients, I like the ones from Walmart. They're only $1, and you can put $20 on it, so it costs you $21. You're going to get hundreds of dollars back in return. That's just one suggestion that I kind of mentioned. Okay, that was number 12. And then let me pull up our list. Number 13 will be Courtney leaving a bag of goodies somewhere. Very special. Do you want to go ahead and touch one?
Sure. So I am a gift giver. I'm a Pisces. I love creativity. I love giving people stuff. As you know, from the last session we had on social media, somebody won a goodie. So she got that in the mail. So my next one is leaving a bag of goodies. So all your local fire stations, your police departments, all of your community helpers out there, why don't you go ahead and make some little goodie bags? What's going to cost you? Go to the dollar store. I love the dollar store. Go to the dollar store, get your bag, a little goodie bag, put some snacks in there, okay? Put a little candy in there, put a thank you card in there, and maybe put a business card. Maybe put a brochure, right? Because they work so hard. You know what? You can do anything. You have so much available to you, okay, that you guys don't realize. You got to just think outside the box, okay? We live in a box. We drive in a box. We are sitting in front of a computer, which is a box, right? Think outside the box, okay? I love giving out goodies because, you know what? They may not be able to go on a trip because, you know, they work a lot, but they may know somebody, or they may be taking a vacation at some point, right? So you definitely want to maybe leave some goodies for them. Do we like that idea? Chrissy, this is being recorded, so you can show your agents the recording. Okay, so I think Molly, did we put number 12? I don't think I put number 12 or 13 in the chat box.
I'll throw it in right now.
Okay. So yeah, actually, DeLon, Miss Robinson is on my team. She's on the chat right now, and I put out something on a text message, and 3 people won $25 gift card, or it was I think it was a $20 gift card, or they received some money in the mail from me, because I like to reward hard work. You do the good work, you will be rewarded. So that's just me. But definitely any it doesn't have to be community helpers. Okay, think outside the box. You've got school teachers, you've got all sorts of helpers out there. Okay. So that was number 13. The next one we're gonna do is number 14, which is having a party. Okay, not a travel party. Okay, don't get it confused with presentations and travel parties. Not a travel party, but think cheese and wine party. Have fun, right? We know obviously not right now, but when things open up and you're just like, you know what, I need to invite some people over when you can, okay? Have a cheese and wine party. You don't want to saturate your guests with, hey, take a look at my video, or hey, book my trip, or you don't want to saturate that, okay? This is a cheese and wine party where you're just having a good old time. And then when you do a little goodie bag at the end, okay, it's like a little thank you. Whatever it is, you know, just a little thank you of like a little, you know, people give out little chocolates, right? At parties, they give, here's a little chocolate goodie to go home with, and it's got your little card in there, right? It's just, it's like a sprinkle. You're just sprinkling on a little hint of, hey, remember, I'm a travel agent, right? Cheese and wine party, but you're just sprinkling just a little travel in there just to let people know, okay? Does that make sense? Take party in the chat box. Does that make sense to you guys? I mean, it doesn't have to be cheese and wine. It could be whatever you want, but having a little party, okay? So that was my number 14, having a little party, okay? Because we'll know when after all this is over, we're definitely gonna wanna have a party, okay? And our number 15 is, I really like this one. I shared it with my agents before, but Christmas cards, right? Listen, Christmas is just around the corner. You're gonna wanna get your Christmas cards together. And you know how people send Christmas cards back in the day? I don't know if anyone still does that. But Christmas cards, my mama would send Christmas cards. It would be a stack of cards. I got write each and every one of them out, my name on each one of them, woo, and I'd send them out, right? So people knew, hey, they got a new pet, because there's the little pet in the picture, right? There's your family picture, there's your pet, here's a little tidbit of what went on for the year. I always get a Christmas card from a family friend with the whole year, what they did for the whole year. Hey, I know what's going on in their life, right? But why don't you guys make travel agent Christmas cards? Now, these don't have the year on them, because guess what? If I don't send all them out, then I can use it for the next following year, okay? So I got these on Vistaprint. You obviously can get them anywhere you want, okay? But you know, I know Vistaprint is having sales right now. Places are having sales, so take a look at and utilize all the sales out there. So, for instance, this is an older one, but this is a new one. It obviously has my picture. There I am in Brazil. There I am in Las Vegas. There I am in Orlando. There's a picture of me when I'm running all my 50 states. So I got all my awards, right? Simply blessed with love from World Explorer Travel. And then on the back, it has another, obviously, picture of me. Happy holidays, a little holiday quote, and love travel agent Courtney with my phone number. It's got my email address. Contact me for your next trip. Gift will be given if you mention this card. So I have returning clients every year, because they may go on a trip and like, oh, look, Courtney did that trip for us. Remember, honey? Remember they booked that trip? She booked that trip for us? We should give her a call and see if she can help us with our next summer one. There you go. Okay, there's no year on it, so I can reuse it again for another session. So put card in the mail, or not card in the mail, put card in the chat box if that makes sense to you. Christmas card or a thank you card or whatever else you want to do, because if you have a client and they just went on a trip, well, send them a thank you card. Or you can do e-cards if you don't want to spend the money and do a card. Do an e-card. There's plenty of e-cards. Those are free, right? You can totally do e-cards online, okay? So those are, Molly, did you have anything else on yours?
I'll add a little bit to what Courtney said. Now, her cards are really amazing and she's put a lot of thought and effort into planning them. But if you're like me and you're always busy, I got this pack of cards at the dollar store. It just says thanks. And like she mentioned, it's a really good idea to send a thank you note to your clients. I had a big client last year. I made several $1,000s on them. And what I did is when I was in Thailand for vacation, I actually went and bought them passport covers and had their names put on. I think it was $10, but I was really looking for some repeat business and we worked very well together. So I wanted to make sure that I was always thinking of them when they came home. They had the gift, which was nice. IKEA every year also has some really cool, they're kind of blank on the inside. It just says a world of holiday happiness to you. It also is, I'm kind of big into humanitarian work, so this card actually gives back to UNICEF, and it's just got a picture of people from all over the world. And again, you can just write a Christmas card, a thank you note, just a thinking about you card, and make sure that your clients know that when they want to book their travel and of top of mind who's the best travel agent that they know, they'll be able to think of you. Because when, like Courtney said, if someone's going to book a trip and you don't come first in their mind, you haven't done your marketing well enough. So you just want to make sure that you're getting the word out there. May it be a business card, may it be an old school handwritten thank you note from them booking with you, whatever it may be. Those small acts of kindness kind of get lost in today's society, and they really do go a long way. So I think that's all I have on that one, Miss Courtney. Do we have any questions? I think we are done a little bit early today.
Can Courtney show the Christmas card, what she wrote on the back? Can you show that again?
Her cards are amazing. Oh. Courtney, you're muted. Hang on.
Sorry. So this is an older one. I don't want to have, because everyone has different religions. I have just a plain generic season's greeting. This is an older one, okay? But it has, from your friends at World Explorer Travel. And this just says, warmest thoughts and best wishes for the wonderful holiday and a very happy new year. Has my name and my email address. Okay, this is an older one. I wanted to make new ones. This is my new one. I actually got this on Vistaprint. There was a sale going on, so hey, might as well, right? I like sales and deals. But it has a picture of me in Brazil. It's got a picture of me in Las Vegas. There's me in Orlando. So it's like, these are obviously people say, wow, she goes to a lot of places, right? She does a lot of stuff, right? From World Explorer Travel, okay? And then it has me at the Horseshoe Bend in Arizona, okay? Happy holidays. What does it say? Wishing you and your loved ones peace, health, happiness, and prosperity in the coming new year. Love, your travel agent, Courtney Palladino. My phone number, my email. Contact me for your next trip. Gift will be given if you mention this card. Does that help?
Yeah, I was just trying to take a screenshot to get some ideas for wording. Thank you.
So, I mean, the wording actually, I mean, you can Google happy holiday quotes. Use Google, it's your best friend. Google happy holiday.
There was something about like a free gift or something. I just missed that part.
Oh, well, that's because I put it there. I put it there. I said a gift will be given if you mention this card.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you can put whatever you would like, that is one of our top bookers in Evolution and Archer, and he always puts, a certain percent, certain dollar amount off your next trip, whatever. So you just have to kind of think outside the box. You generate more leads that way when people see that you're thinking of them. Okay, you definitely want to see that people want to think. Okay, any questions?
I put in the chat box what you had said, Courtney. A gift will be given if you mention this card on your next booking. So for whoever had unmuted and asks, it's in there. I don't see any other questions coming through. Does anybody want to unmute and say anything to Courtney or myself?
I'll actually add to that. A gift will be given. So I have people asking because I seem to get a lot of honeymoons that way. But, and I'll give a little marketing, but when you're on social media, and I know I mentioned marketing on social media with your 4-to-1 ratio, but when you're on there, start scrolling down every single morning, go down your page and see who's traveling where, who's talking about travel, who's getting engaged, right? Those are all potential clients right there. Those are all my clients. Facebook, all those people are clients. They're their clients or the people that are interested, okay? So you definitely want to go on there and start commenting. You may not be totally interested in what they're looking at or saying, but you can just say something like, hey, that picture looks great, right? They may not even know you. They're like, who's this Connie person? Let me go on Connie's page and take a look at her, okay? Who's this? We're friends, but who is she? Okay, they're gonna look at you, they're gonna look at your page. I have 2 clients that are booking honeymoons with me because I saw that they were getting engaged and I made a comment. Okay, I'm just like, they're like, oh, wow, because I give chocolate covered strawberries. They get chocolate covered strawberries mailed to their house. They get a wedding card from me. So I always put little touches of a little bit of something that gets sent to their home before they when they pay in full. Does that help answer your question?
Yes, I put it in the chat box as well. Clements was asking, can we use the incentive voucher, the other incentive vouchers for gifts?
Yes, you can. Make sure that you do not say that it is free. It is not free. There obviously are taxes and such that are involved, because if you say free, then they're going to come back to you and say, well, you didn't tell me I have to pay, a $15, tax rate. Well, I mean, we have no control. We have no control over taxes, so make sure you don't say free. It's complimentary, but yeah, there are, taxes and et cetera involved in it. So make sure you read the fine prints before you start telling anybody about it.
I'm curious about Instagram Live because I've never done that. Is that easy to figure out, and does it link straight to Facebook, or do you have to do it separately?
As long as you have it linked up, it should go together. But you'll find that you have different clientele on Instagram versus Facebook. And I actually find that I have more travelers and people who travel on Instagram. So I find that if I do an Instagram Live, it does a lot better than if I do stories, for example, on Facebook. The Instagram stories is very powerful because you've got a lot of people that are out modeling, taking pictures, traveling, trying to like promote brand lifestyle for themselves and whatever they're doing. So if you use the Instagram Live and you're doing something very unique, like a hike or a hot springs or something like that, you're going to find that your live stories on Instagram are a lot better if you're actually traveling. If you're just talking about the business and you're not traveling per se, I would say Facebook might do a little bit better on the stories.
Okay, awesome. So I'm actually going to go over the list again, just in case people are writing it down or they missed it in the chat. So I'll go over the list again, guys, so I know some of you are writing it down. I'm a checklist person, school teacher, so got to have a checklist. So number 1, create a warm welcome letter. Number 2, you want to change your voicemail. Okay. 3, you want to order clothing with your name, logo, or maybe, has to do with team building. 4, you want to order business cards and put them wherever you can, okay? 5, you want to create a signature line in your email, okay? 6, you want to do some car wraps if you want to, okay? 7, joining a network group. 8, doctor's office, put them in go to the nail salons, etc., okay? What am I on? 9, marketing on Facebook. Remember your 4-to-1 ratio and commenting on people's posts. Okay. 10, contests. So your 3-day, 2-night vacation voucher. Okay. 11, Facebook and Instagram stories. Okay. You've got 12, Facebook live videos. Okay. 13, leaving a bag of goodies at the fire station, police department. Okay. We've got 14, wine and cheese parties. Make sure you're giving them like a thank you card, okay? And number 15, making some Christmas or thank you cards. Sorry, I just realized I was doing my sign language and numbers.
That's talent.
I don't have to do 2 hands.
So all of our Phase 2 trainings have their own tab. If you're in Rising Tide 3, you click on travel, you go to New Agent Phase 2, and we are still waiting for 3 videos to upload. This will be the 4th of 6, so this completes our 6-week series, and then hopefully in August we'll be able to pick it back up once I know my schedule. And there's also other things that you can learn in the Phase 2. If you're a brand new agent, always start with Phase 1. But if you've mastered all of the items in phase 1 and you feel like you're ready to move on, go ahead and give phase 2 a whirl. There's a thumbnail on each and every one of them that has the flyer, so you'll know which trainings come from Courtney and myself. It's kind of blue and yellow. Those are the ones that we do. But I think that's it, Courtney. We've done a great job.
Yeah, we have a few minutes. Actually, I have a question for everybody. I know today's going to be our last session until such time, but when Molly and I do, when we have our schedule and we do kind of work into what kind of trainings we're going to be doing on this, can you guys put in the chat box kind of what trainings that you may be interested in? And some of them we may already have, so we can show you that. So guys, if you can put in the chat box what trainings that you may be interested in. And some of them we may already have.
Taxes, Daphne says.
I don't know if we have that in Rising Tide, but Molly, I don't know if you want to look in the Q&A section.
I know exactly where that one is.
Okay. I know where you're going.
I can type.
That was a great question. I mean, that was a good one. Anything else? We have 2 people asking about taxes. Anybody else? There's 32 of you on. Anybody else that have any training ideas that you may want to see?
I'm going to share this link in the chat box. Somebody must have known that I'm going to visit my accountant in the morning. So here's the very first video that I would start with in terms of taxes. The man who created TaxSpot, which is the service that you can purchase for $60 for the year. My first year in the business, I did buy it. He actually has his own trainings on YouTube, and he goes over, I've watched hours and hours and hours of tax deductions. You can get it here. His name is Sandy Botkin. So I would look for anything that he gives you. You've got to pay attention to when it was updated though. Because if you're looking at something from 2016, the tax laws changed versus if you're filing like me last minute from 2019 or next year when you filed 2020. So Derek Velasquez YouTube video from Sandy Botkin, and anything that Sandy Botkin does that says TaxSpot.
I'm going to put TaxSpot in the chat. Ms. Clemens has a question. Please show us the ones that have brought you and Courtney the most success. As far as, I'm not sure what you're speaking of, Ms. Clemens, can you let us know what I just want to elaborate more. Jacqueline says, I'm curious if there's any kind of local meetings I can go to. If there aren't any in my area, is there 100% cold market for me, ways to get in touch with the right parts of the community?
Jacqueline, where do you live?
Hi there. Excuse me. I just moved to Durham, North Carolina.
North Carolina. I think that we actually do have some agents on other teams in North Carolina. If you put in the chat box, are you on the Saturday morning live with Patrice Abels-Bantz page on Facebook?
I can be.
Yes. So Courtney, can you share that screen with us, the one from her, or do you want me to do it?
I don't know directly. I would have to go.
I can do it. So she has agents in a lot of different places, and they do live meetups. And I think I have seen one in North Carolina. If you go in, you ask to be in this chat, and then you ask if there's anybody in North Carolina. I know she has several training agents and leaders who do a lot of high volume travel, and you can get a hold of them here.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much.
No problem. And then this is also our plug, Courtney, for tomorrow morning's training. So Patrice Abels-Bantz and the Raw Squad and the Platinum Racers do a training every morning. Usually the people on the West Coast do not join, but I'm an early person. Courtney is usually on. If you're on Central Time or Mountain Time, it's a lot easier for you to get on. It's at 7:30 Pacific, 8:30 Mountain, 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern. So it's kind of early. The Zoom is 350-350-2350. And I always encourage you to get to know agents and other teams as well, because every team has their own style and their own culture. And these ladies book a lot of group travel. So they're very knowledgeable about how to market their business as well.
So we'll take one more question, and Clemens has a question. She asked, a training on getting customers and bookings and agents. So Molly, if you can go to the Rising Tide 3 and show us the flyer that Nicole has every Wednesday. So Clemens, this is for you. So Clemens, every Wednesday, Nicole Lee does a live training on, do you need customers? Do you need agents? She's going to show you how to get customers and how to get agents. Does that help you, Clemens? So every Wednesday at 4 o'clock Pacific time, 7 Eastern time, hop on with Nicole Lee. She obviously knows what she's doing. She is a top booker. She is my sponsor. She taught me everything that I needed to know. So if you want to learn from the best of the best, head to Nicole Lee's training. Also, if you want to learn how to book, on Saturday, Saturday at 2 o'clock Pacific time is her booking live. Okay. I wanted to know what you did specifically. Well, honestly, everything that I've learned from watching Nicole. I mimic everything that she does. I am a 2-time IATAN card holder. Nicole's a 4-time IATAN card holder. Everything that she knows and everything that she's teaching you guys, I did the same thing. Okay, I did the same thing. So Nikki Lee is the one that you want to watch. Okay, everything that I've learned from her and Charles, I got onto the same trainings. You guys have a lot more trainings than when I did when I started 4.5 years ago. This September will be 4 years, 3.5 years ago. So 4 years this September. I did not have all these trainings. So definitely hop onto the Wednesday training with her and Saturday.
If I could just add to that, I think that business cards are underutilized. I'm a millennial, right, Courtney? Millennial, we're kind of like the grandmas of the millennials. So we're able to kind of hybrid do things online and old school methods, but the business card is not to be undervalued. If, like for me, I'm always on a plane. So if I'm in a hotel, they get a business card. If I'm in a van, a business card. If I'm in an Uber, they get a business card. So I had a goal and I would put 10 business cards in my pocket, and I had a 4-day trip, and I had to give out all 10 business cards on my 4-day trip. I didn't care if it was to a potential client, to someone who wanted to join the business because they wanted to make more money, or what it is. But I think that business cards, you just got to make sure that you keep them in your pocket, keep them in your purse, and use those because they also really work. If you have your own website, or even if you just send them to your Evo Travel Agent website, that also helps prove that you are a working travel agent and that you have a business online. So that would be one thing I would say for you, Clements. Make sure you have your business cards. If you don't have them, get them and keep them handy at all times. Sarah says, anytime someone takes my money, they get a business card. Amen. That's very good.
Awesome. Well, we really appreciate you guys staying on for the hour. Again, my name is Courtney Palladino, Gold Consultant, 2-time IATAN card holder, future Platinum, and I have Molly out of Las Vegas, Gold Consultant. Reminder, again, like Molly said, tomorrow is Miss Patrice Abels-Vance's training, and if you're new, hop on orientation with Sue Shield at 9 o'clock Eastern time. Okay, so if you're new, start there. It'll help you a lot. Okay, so 6 o'clock Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern time with Sue Shield. There's the orientation flyer, and of course you all received the training schedule that was given out to you 5 o'clock this morning Pacific Standard Time, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Okay, you get that every morning. So on weekends it gets sent out just by 10 a.m. Eastern time. So thank you so much. We appreciate your time. Have an amazing Friday. Go have something yummy. I'm gonna have some pizza. Just don't tell anybody. We will see you at the beaches of the world. Maybe not right now, thanks COVID. But guess what? Molly and I will definitely see you at the bank. Have a great Friday, guys.
Bye. Happy weekend.